Hello everybody, my name is Gaby Moreno and I want to send a big shout out to everyone in Chicago and to all the readers of Gozamos and the listeners to Beat Latino. A big hug to you guys.
I'm Catalina Maria Johnson and we're here at the Latin Alternative Music Conference. It's a very exciting time because we're discovering new artists as well as getting reacquainted with some artists that we've loved for a long time. Now this is one of the new artists that I'm very excited about having discovered. This is Gaby Moreno. Now Gaby was born in
Guatemala.
In Guatemala. Born and raised. Wow. So Gaby, tell us a little bit about, growing up, the music that you listened to, and did you start in music right away? Were you a musician the moment you were born? Were your parents music teachers?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
Well, I think my mom discovered that I could sing when I was about 5 years old, and in Guatemala I was listening to whatever was on the radio, whatever my parents were listening to. I don't come from a very musical family, so I think they had classical music, and that's what I started singing, and some pop music that was on the radio. But then I came to New York with my family when I was 13, just visiting for the first time, and I was walking on Times Square, and I heard this lady singing the blues. And it was my first encounter with it, and it changed my life because I had never heard that style before, and when I did, it was just, life-changing. So I just immersed myself in that genre, in soul and blues and jazz, and never looked back. Just kept going from there.
Now, do you compose all of your own songs?
Yeah.
Wow.
I write and I co-write, and I just love being involved in that aspect of it. I play guitar, so I love writing my own songs, of course. I loved that kind of bluesy, jazzy touch of an amazing voice. And do you find composing, in blues, do you sing in both English and Spanish? The songs I heard, I think, were English language, but Yeah, I tend to write in English more when it's going to be a more bluesy sound. Because to me, it's just the more authentic language to sing in for that genre. And then when I sing in Spanish, I tend to write more the ballads and
boleros.
But exactly, I love boleros. I love boleros. So yeah, but I like to mix it up.
Tell me a little bit about your musical vision, Gaby. What are you trying to express? I mean, every musician has something in mind that they are actually, sending forth to the world. What are you communicating and expressing?
Well, I don't know. I think it's just a discovery for all of us. In my case, I'm just whatever inspires me, whatever is going on around me. I get inspired by watching a movie or a book or whatever, and I feel like I want to express those emotions that at times can be quite overwhelming, and you just want to express that in music and hope that will reach somebody and touch somebody and move them. So but I do love singing in both English and Spanish, so I feel I would like to have a more international reach that way.
Now, what about Guatemala? Is Guatemala still coming through in your music in some ways?
Well, no, because I listen. I'm Guatemalan, but it doesn't mean that my music is gonna sound purely Guatemalan. The traditional Guatemalan music is beautiful. I mean, we have marimba, right? And el son. And it's just really, really amazing music. But I feel that I haven't explored that right now. I'm more into exploring the American genres like blues and jazz, and I've started also listening to a lot of old, like boleros. But that's more Cuban and Mexican music, and I think, I do think at some point I would like to incorporate some marimba.
Now tell me, what's your favorite blues tune? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the first tune that I ever heard, because when I heard this lady and she said the blues, I immediately went to a record store, and I didn't know any artist, so I bought a compilation CD. and it was Koko Taylor's Wang Dang Du.
You know where Koko Taylor is from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I know. I know.
So we had a little bit to do with you coming to the blues.
Exactly. And until this day, that's still one of my favorite songs. I still sing it as a cover sometimes.
Wow. So this is a question that I ask all musicians because I'm really fascinated by the response. Why music? I mean, why not express yourself through art? Or what's the power of music in your...
I mean, it's like why does someone decide to be a doctor, or why does someone? I mean, for me, this is all I know how to do well, and that I really am passionate about. I love it. I'm not good. I'm not good at anything else. No. I'm not good at painting. I'm not good, and what's the special? I wish I was, but
what's the special power of music? Do you think to reach people? Or
but that's exactly it. It's just like any other art. It's just the power of expressing yourself through music and being able to touch people that way. And it really is one of the most amazing things we have in this world is music. It brings people together, and that's something that I really love about it.
One of these days